Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Count down to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello and welcome to a J360 MiniByte, hosted by J.M. Brady, and I am your host, J.M. Brady. So how's it going, y'all? Another week's happening. Big week, that is. That'd be an understatement because you got 4 J360 shows lined up. Yep. It's going to be a very interesting week. And I'm going to tell you this. While everything's stacked, everything is loaded and ready to go. And I'm just saying this. I can't wait to see how everything unfolds. Starting, of course, with the MiniBytes. Which, by the way, since you only get one MiniByte a week and this special day is going to happen on Thursday, I just want to go ahead and say it right now. Happy anniversary to the MiniBytes. Yep. This show is officially 2 years old. If you go by this week. You know how that is. But yeah, as soon as Thursday hit, the J360 MiniBytes is actually 2 years old. Where is the time gone? Still got a ways to go before I catch up to its older brother. But the thing about it is, you know, I just love doing this series. Like, one way or another, it gets you excited, gets you ready for, like, what's to come. And that's why I just love doing the MiniByte show. And truth be told, you know, it actually gives me time to follow up all this crazy stuff that happens right now. Because, you see, they're currently in a meeting now discussing how to impeach Trump. You know, to make sure that one way or another we went through this, we're not going through it again. Now, before some of y'all say, you know, I kind of miss you when J-Man talked about, you know, filmmaking. Believe me, I'm going to get back into that too. J-Man shows tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? But one way or another, I got to say this for all of you that are on the outside looking in like me. We need to get over ourselves too. Some of the stuff we do, we ain't no different than the politicians that sit up in these offices all the time, you know, getting a nice cushy kickback. You know, quite a lot of those people that were in there during the siege, like, they had their hands in on it, you know? And quite a lot of those people are actually getting arrested now, which is interesting. Some did get let go, but quite a lot are getting their full ride of the judicial system. Granted, it's not on the scale of how it's treated to people of color, but, you know, one way or another, it's nice to see that one way or another, they go ahead and they do this. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. Oh, we just broke a whole bunch of glass and 5 people died, but we didn't do anything wrong. You shouldn't do this to us. We're Americans. No, you're entitled. There's a difference. See, the thing is like, when it gets to the point where some are more equal than others and some act out and think that they have no sort of, comeuppance because of their behavior, that's a problem. See, one way or another, because of that nonsense, that's why we are still in where we are to this day. We could be doing a lot better. And I always say this, like, you know, you're supposed to be bigger and better than what this whole thing, this rhetoric and all this kind of stuff. That Stop the Steal BS should have stopped when, I don't know, your base should have voted. You know what I mean? And when you voted, you didn't get as many votes as the other guy did. Thereby, Joe Biden is certified now to be president-elect. But you're not even doing this right. You're not even losing with dignity. Living in denial and going through the 5 stages of regret is supposed to be a way of, you know, coping, as a way of actually, you know, getting over it. Didn't y'all say the same thing to other people when Trump won? To get over it, but now you see all the butthurtness. You got to see pretty much all that rhetoric that they said go out the window during that whole event on January 6th. But right now, you understand this, it's only January. And as I say this, I'm not trying to say that 2021 is going to be the worst year of all time, which, by the way, we need to quit using buzzwords like that. This can turn out to be a real good year if we do what we're supposed to do. If we actually, you know, worked on being patient, looking at our temperaments, understanding that, with old Trumpenstein or anybody out there with power saying something, you don't necessarily have to follow it. Rationally think this out. Because when he said, we're going to march to the Capitol building, he didn't even go with them. That is the craziest thing. But it's not unexpected, because there's quite a lot of influential, evil despots out there that will happily, coerce you into doing something for them while they sit back and chill, probably drink some Kool-Aid. Of course, they'll have to use both hands to do it. It's a damn shame. Oh, which, by the way, did you know that some of these people, they now have banished him from Twitter? It only took him this long, but yeah, he's off of Twitter. He's off of a lot of social media networks now. But I say this, though. As I think about it, at least now hold, before you all think this, it's like, Jay, we're having peace finally. First off, Twitter is not the gateway to peace. Twitter got more damn problems in a little bit. If you even said something about Jack Dorsey, or if you said something that this and that, they're just as bad as, like, say, YouTube when it comes to moving the goalposts on things. If they find something to bang you on and try to delete you off of, they will hold you to it. I remember a content creator, like his site was actually banned and he had no access to it until me and a few others were talking about, hey, Twitter, could you actually unban him? He did nothing wrong. I remember that. And he finally got it back, but I'm not going to mention his name, but he finally did get access to his Twitter back. So shout outs to him. And it's just weird that this kind of stuff happens. See, censorship like that. But now Parler's been banned. All that crazy far-right, alt-right crap has been banned. And now they're over there trying to use the same argument, like, my freedom of speech has been violated. My freedom of speech. Oh my God, my speech. No, where can I go at? On one hand, they had a point. But this is the thing. When you start using that speech of yours to incite violence and to cause physical harm to people and make their livelihoods more toxic than need to be, or you go ahead and you just pretty much say, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and storm a national landmark in a government institution today. Yeah, that's a problem. You're not using freedom of speech anymore at that point. You're done. See, the thing is, the rights that govern us, people will come in and misconstrue those rights. They will use that to the point where, guess what? If there's gray area here, they will find a way to go ahead and use that to cover up exactly what they're selling. You understand? Like when you spew hate and all that kind of stuff, technically Donald Trump's crap shouldn't even be flying around, but because he somehow became a president, that's why that stuff goes through there. But everybody else, especially his base, felt that, hey, I'm comfortable enough to do the things that he does. No, you're not. He's rich. You're not rich. He has bodyguard access. You don't. Big difference. And where we can all come together, congregate, talk, and all that kind of stuff, we can't do it to the way where we object on somebody else's rights, or we spew hate and go ahead and bring about that animosity. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference of it all. People nowadays will not, when it get right down to it, of course you can talk about it. It's kind of like when some people will talk about you when you're not in the room. Oh, they'll say everything about you, but when you're there, they're not. You know what I mean? There's a lot to this wild stuff. Like when you see this kind of things happen around here, or you hear like all these people talk about, social media. Social media haven't been right for people well since when MySpace was floating around. We got arrogant with the rise of social media. One way or another, come on, you can't deny this. And what with TikTok taking center stage on a few things, it's still at the height, right? There's going to be another one that oversees that. I think it's coming along called Clubhouse. Clubhouse is probably going to stomp that out. And then after a while, you realize that a lot of people weren't even talking about Twitter and Facebook. Matter of fact, Facebook died out as soon as Twitter got full on its Periscope, and then not to mention some other things that Twitter has done recently. Yeah, Twitter was beating out Facebook for a while. But that's not the thing I'm going to tell you about. The thing is, because of TikTok taking center stage, now you got like Snapchat trying to keep up with them. You got Instagram trying to keep up with both of them. And then in the end of the day, all of them really want to be is YouTube. And YouTube isn't doing right by the content creators that are on YouTube. Not the small ones or the ones that want to get started. And you wonder why. Because of terms of services. Because of manipulation and all sorts of things. And then a lot of us, we get mad at OnlyFans because OnlyFans seems to be selling sex, but that's not the only thing it's selling. There are people on OnlyFans that are using it for other ways outside of what it's popular for. Hell, I was thinking about doing it myself. But you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and find another way to keep things afloat on the J360 side because I'm not afraid of it. You know what I mean? In addition to doing a lot of things that need to be done. But it's just so ridiculous that you see like the fallout is here. You see one way or another, social media's bubble is about to get popped. And then you realize that they're all acting the same way. And social media in general is based off of who uses it. You know, when Trump was running around saying all that nonsense, yeah, it's peaceful now. But you see, we just turned off a radar. The reason why I'm saying this is because at least you knew what was coming out of that cesspool right now. Now that he's turned off, he's floating around out there somewhere and in some way probably planted some other crap that whatever floats in that cesspool of a brain of his, but we won't know about it. See, at least then we knew about it. At least one way or another, you kept your guard, you kept your watch, and all that sort of things. But you see, if anything, I got to take a look over at NewsHour and see what happens there, just to keep a buzz on that. That's one of my sources, anyway. But when it gets right down to it, did we win? We ain't win anything until that man is out of office. That's all I got to say about it. And then when Biden and all the rest of them are in there, and now that the government is 100% blue, I only got this to say to them. I'm going to watch you too. And don't mess this up. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to be sitting back and be like, yeah, it's all over. We ain't got to worry about it no more. No. That's not the way it is. Another thing is, speaking of YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and push J360 TV over there. It's already getting built up. I want to thank the people who have subscribed to me so far. I'm laughing at something on TV too. But for those that have subscribed to me so far, one way or another, we are getting somewhere. This thing is growing. And you see, the thing about J360 TV is until I get canceled, you're going to see quite a bit of things over there, including some of the J360 radio shows. So yeah. However, it'll be a little bit different than actually tuning into it live here on Spreaker right now. So don't get too comfortable about that. But we got some pretty cool developments happening. And, you know, one way or another, this has been a long time coming. So I'm going to make it happen. And speaking of which, I do want to say this. It's only January. Don't give up. Don't give in. Things look bleak right now, but it's only January. I mean, I was putting in for new jobs not too long ago, and I managed to get some rejection letters. And, you know, in addition to looking at my current day job and looking at this stuff that's going on and all this COVID crap and people not being responsible like anything, yeah, I know. It's a cluster. But here's the thing. This day job doesn't run me like that. My real job is J360 Productions, and I'm building it. Things are really coming together. And that next job that floats around through here, there's going to be at least 10 of them in regards to the one that rejected me. So I'm not worried about it. You see what I'm saying? You got to hold it together. And then one way or another, you got to take the hits, but you got to keep on going. We have 11 more months. To hell with other people and their BS right now. What do you want out of all this? Oh, you don't think I'm just going to throw a whole bunch of toxic crap from what goes on around here and not telling you that we can ride the waves through this, right? If you didn't, welcome to J360 Radio. I'm J-Man, and I'm going to help you get through it. Okay? Well, other than that, though, folks, I mean, it's just been a stellar ride so far, but I hope one way or another we don't have to ever put up with somebody like Trump again, but there will always be other people like Trump because stupid just spreads quickly. We just need real leadership, and we really need structure, and that is what's going to help. And I'm not saying like one way or another that, oh, we got to blame other people and all that stuff. No, I'm not. I'm saying this. We got to be rational. We got to be in control when the time counts for it. And then, when all's said and done, then we can act the fool. That's called responsibility. Don't be scared of it, you know. Don't be scared of it at all. Though some people can't handle it. But other than that, though, I got to get up out of here. This is J-Man signing off. Y'all take it easy for me, okay? Peace.
Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Countdown to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.